The first big question is, do we know what the gender is? And yes, the gender is...
I just wanna love you, just wanna hold you, just wanna be with you till we grow old. Please tell me you'll stay or take me away. I want you for myself every single day. You set my world on fire. You set my world on fire.
Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be doing a Q&A to just kind of answer all of the questions about the pregnancy, and I'm going to get to talk about a lot of things that we've been going through and a lot of things that we've been doing. The girls are right behind us eating lunch, so if you hear them
yeah,
or your kids,
you will.
like that's what's going on. But I put up a poll on my Instagram for you guys to ask us questions, so if you don't follow me over on Instagram, you should, because that's where I get all of my questions from when I do Q&As and stuff like this. So we have quite a few questions to go through. I have like so many up here on my screenshots.
Are those all screenshots? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so might as well just like dig into it. The first question, and one of the big questions that I've been getting, which I've kind of already answered, is how many weeks am I and when is the due date? The due date is February 23rd, and I am 9 weeks and 2 days today.
Oh, that's weird.
I know.
You're almost a fourth of the way done.
I know.
That's weird.
Yeah.
That's very strange.
Yes. Who was I most nervous to tell? Who are we?
That's a good question. We were kind of nervous to tell everybody.
I think I was most
Your
nervous to
parents?
tell my parents.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of people are wondering like the story behind the pregnancy and if it was planned or not.
Look at me.
Okay, I just put Avery to sleep and Ella's still eating, so this is just not going the way that we thought it was going to go, but that's all right. I wanted to talk a little bit about like if the pregnancy was planned. So we've talked about how we've wanted like a summer baby or a fall baby, which means that we said we were going to start trying in August, which is next month. Ben and I talked about it and we were like, okay, if we get pregnant now, like we would definitely not be upset. I was getting to the point where I was like, screw the whole like summer fall thing.
Frame,
like
yeah.
I just wanted a baby because we'll talk about age gap in a little bit, but the age gap was getting pretty big between Avery and this baby. We weren't like completely preventing, but we weren't officially trying, if that makes sense. We were like, if it happens, it happens. We weren't like actively trying.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna go into like detail about that.
Yeah, but I think like I think it was like maybe 2 to 3 weeks before you found out you were pregnant, I looked at you and I was like, I would be okay.
Yeah.
Like if we got pregnant, I would be okay with it.
Right. So it wasn't like, okay, we weren't like actively
trying.
Yeah. Next burning question is about the gender. I have so many questions about the gender. The first big question is, do we know what the gender is? And yes, the gender is... Just kidding, we don't know what it is.
But you should talk about that, because originally we always said that for baby number 3 we were not going to find out, and
a lot of things have changed.
A lot of things have changed, and I'm happy.
If you guys have been watching for a while, if you've been loyal subscribers for a while, in almost every single Q&A, we talk about this. We talk about our third baby. We talk about how we want it to go. And I've said since Avery was born that I did not want to find out the gender of our third baby, that I want it to be a surprise. I've always said that I wanted to wait to find out the gender and not do a gender reveal, like not know anything about the gender until the baby's born. And I was set on that at the beginning of this pregnancy. I was like, we're not finding out what it is. And I told everybody that we weren't going to be finding out what it was once, like when we told people that we were pregnant. But a lot of things had changed and we are going to find out what it is. And the reason why I didn't want to find out the gender of the baby is because not a lot of people do it. Like it's just not something that's super common that people do. And I was a surprise baby. My mom didn't find out with me if I was a boy or a girl, so I thought I would like carry on that tradition. And apparently it's a thing now, and almost everybody that I know that is pregnant right now or had a baby recently is not finding out the sex of their baby. And one of the main reasons why I wanted to do it is because like nobody does it anymore, and I thought it'd be a fun thing to do. I don't know. I don't even know how to describe it. I don't want to be I don't know how to describe it, but I thought it would be like a special thing that like nobody does, but a lot of people are doing it now, so I'm fine with finding out. We don't know what it is, so we can change our minds, and we haven't come up with a certain way of how we're gonna find out. I can do a sneak peek test tomorrow and find out in like 3 days what it is. I could wait and do like a blood test at my doctor's office. I can do an ultrasound in like a few weeks. We can just know the gender, just you and I, and not tell anyone. We could tell all of our friends and family, but not tell the internet. We could tell everybody. Like, there's so many things that we can and possibly will do. We just don't know what we're doing yet. So we still don't know if we're going to find out or if we're not, or if we're sharing or if we're not, or, you know, all the things. I just don't know. Do you guys want a boy or a girl? What do you want?
I'd be fine either one. Obviously, I would prefer a boy, but I was talking to Katie about it, but I don't know why. Ever since she got pregnant, I'm like, honestly, I would be okay with a third girl. Like, I wouldn't, like, you know, I wouldn't be like disappointed or anything like that. Like, if it's a boy, great, but like, I feel like I would be equally as excited if it was a girl. For some reason, I don't know why, because as you guys know, if you guys have watched our videos in the past, I've always wanted a boy, pretty much from day one. And now for some reason, ever since you got pregnant, I'm like, you know what, like, 3 girls wouldn't be bad. Like, I wouldn't like be against it.
Yeah, for me, I always said before I was pregnant that I wanted to have 3 girls, or that if I had a third girl, that would be literally perfect for me. And I feel like a girl mom, and I'd love to have all girls. But for some reason, now that I'm pregnant, I really feel like it's a boy and I want to have a boy. The only thing is I have a girl name that I really want to use. Yeah. So that's the dilemma there. I have a girl name that if it's a girl, I already have the name, at least a first or a middle name picked out. I have one name that I really want to use. If it's a boy, I have no idea about names. I literally have no idea.
I feel like boy names are very difficult.
We've never come up with one boy name.
Well, we did with when like you were pregnant with Ella, but other than that, we haven't.
Yeah, so it'd definitely be different for sure. Okay, I guess just like going off that question, what do you think it is? So you don't care either way, but what do you think it is? I think it's a boy. I think it's a boy because of like how your morning sickness hasn't gone, because like it's different than you had with either one of the girls, and also like with the whole heartbeat thing being a little bit, being like 140 versus like 160 that the girls were, like kind of just like the old wives' tale. Right. And also you think that it's a boy. Yeah, I think that it's a boy. So, and me personally, I think whatever the mom thinks, I would say 90% of the time is right. With both the girls, I thought they were both girls. And like no question, like she was like, oh, it's a girl. And now this time she's like, oh, I think it's a boy. So yeah, that's why I think it's a boy. You're all done? Okay, Ella's all done, so we're gonna put her to bed really quick. Do you think Avery will adapt well to the new little one? Ooh, that's a good question. I don't know. I think she'll be good because she's really good with babies, but I think after a little bit she might be like, I'm the baby. Yeah. Yeah, so we'll see, yes. She's really good with other kids, like amazing with other kids, but when it comes to her and Ella get into it a lot, and I think that's just because they kind of get into each other's toys and each other's space, which this baby won't. So I think she'll be great. I think she'll be great. How is Katie doing? I know you've been tired, but craving anything, morning sickness, anything else? I've had the most symptoms this time around. Like every single symptom there has been to have, I have had. And it's mainly just fatigue and morning sickness though. Nausea. That is like my top 2. I honestly wouldn't even call it morning sickness. Like I get like in the morning, but like it lasts until like 2. It's just like constant nausea. It's like all day thing until like 3 or 4, and then you're able to like sit down and eat dinner, but still then sometimes it still makes you nauseous. Right, so I would say those are my main 2 symptoms. I've been going to bed in between like 9 and 9:30 every single night. I'm constantly tired. This has definitely been my worst pregnancy so far. I would rate it this one, then Ella's, then Avery's. Avery's was the easiest. Ella's was second to this. Ella's I threw up every single day, and it was still easier than the way that I feel now. I have no motivation to do anything. I'm so tired. I'm so sick. I've lost 10 pounds in the process of when morning sickness started to now, because I just can't eat anything, and my stomach is constantly upset and it's rough. Any cravings I was in there. So I would say that my main craving, which this is probably kind of gross, but I didn't have any cravings with Avy, and I was kind of upset about it. Do you remember? I was like, I'm not craving anything. Like I don't want anything. Like this is dumb, you know? My main craving so far has been
chicken And ice cream.
Chicken dipped in ice cream. Like, after we came back from the airport, like when we came home from North Carolina, we went to Wendy's and I like was dipping my chicken nuggets in a Frosty. And
then you do the same thing at
Culver's is probably like my biggest craving. I'll get like a kid's meal with chicken fingers and a concrete, and I'll dip my chicken fingers in the ice cream. It's so good. It just like hits a spot. I don't know what it is, but my chicken has to be like completely covered in ice cream for me to eat it.
Yeah.
Is it gross?
No.
It kind of
when you picture like the actual like in the ice cream, like them together or like not them separate is amazing. Don't get me wrong. But
have
like,
you ever dipped your chicken in an ice cream?
Yes, you made me try it.
It's so fire.
No.
It's so good.
Not for me.
It's so yummy. I think that's my biggest craving. So that's why I haven't put a pin in
sweet and salty.
Sweet and salty, because usually I like to pair them together. If I eat salty fries, I like to have ice cream with it. But if I could pick one, salty or sweet,
I think you do sweet.
I think I do salty.
What? No, that's not true.
Yes, I've wanted French fries. There's not been one time where I've like, okay, there was that one time where you brought me ice cream back, but I would rather eat ice cream with something salty. And if I was eating something by itself, I would pick something salty over something sweet. Like just French fries, or like today I wanted Cane's.
Yesterday you wanted McDonald's fries.
Yep. I would say it's definitely salty over sweet. And if I'm eating something sweet, I have to have something salty with it. Have you, except for that one time where I had just the ice cream.
Just the concrete.
Have you seen me eat something sweet just by itself?
Other than that, no.
Yeah. It's been, I would say, if I had to pick one, it would be salty, but for the most part, I eat them together. Are you at all bummed to have another winter baby?
No. Yeah.
Don't even lie.
Okay,
that was like the first thing that you talked about.
Well, no, okay, but at first I was like, okay, like, no, because at first I was caught up on the fact that we were shooting for a summer baby, and we both have summer. Ew. But we both have summer birthdays, and we both love summer birthdays. I think summer birthdays are the best.
Long story short, Ben was upset. And
no, I was not upset. No,
maybe one day we'll
upset.
have like a story time of the first week of pregnancy that we found out, because it was probably, it was a very, very hard week for me and Ben, and these past couple months have been pretty hard for us, and maybe we'll go into that at another time.
Yeah.
But that was one of the first things that he said, that if he doesn't regret like that we are pregnant right now, but if we could have waited, like he would have.
Yeah.
And that made me a little bit upset.
Yes, and I understand why it made you upset, but I think the way I worded it was wrong in the moment. I would not change this baby. Like I said, this is not, to me, this isn't a mistake. This was meant to happen. God knew that, God gave us his baby at this time.
Right.
But I was just saying that if I could copy and paste this exact baby, everything that's happening in the summer, I would.
Right.
Just strictly because I have a summer birthday, I love it. But the thing is, not everything goes as planned. Like nothing in life goes directly as planned. Like I mentioned, in the moment, I think I just worded it wrong, and then she took offense to it, obviously, which makes complete sense. And you were very hormonal, and there was a lot going on. We were moving into the house, like there's a lot. So yes.
And even me a little bit afterward, I was like, oh, I feel like we could have waited, but. It all happens for a reason. That we definitely got over that, but for a little bit there we were just the slightest bit upset that it was a February baby instead of like a June, July, August baby. So is this pregnancy different than my others?
Yes.
I would compare it the most to Ella's pregnancy. There were a few days at the beginning of Ella's pregnancy that I was so just like out of it. Like I would lay on the bathroom floor because it was cold, and you guys probably have been there before where you've been so just nauseous and sick that the only thing that feels good is to lay on the tile on the bathroom floor. Like that's the only thing that feels good. And I feel like I've had that day way more times than I did with Ella. There has been multiple times where the only thing I can do literally is just lay down and just surrender my whole entire body to like what is going on. Like there have been times where I felt like I'm not strong enough. Like I feel so weak. I feel so just not okay. But I have found that if I eat just the slightest bit of something, just something, if it's juice, if it's
cereal,
just like literally 1 to 5 bites of something, I usually feel better throughout the day. Like I had some fries this morning. This morning I had fries.
Because that's the thing, is the fact that you're not
And
feeling your
feel
body.
okay
Like you're
right
eating maybe 1 meal a day.
Yeah.
So that you're like, that's what makes you so fatigued, but then again you're nauseous, so you can't eat.
And it's literally a
circle.
vicious cycle.
Yeah.
It's horrible. Is that why the girls are sharing a room in your new house and their playroom is going to be a nursery? I've had so many people say this, and no, we were planning on having them share a room before I even knew that I was pregnant, before I even got pregnant. We were planning on them sharing a room and doing a playroom. That's what I've always wanted to do. It just works out kind of perfectly. The baby will not have a nursery. We are not changing the playroom into a nursery. We will have like a section in our room. Our room is pretty big. We'll make it a little mini nursery for a while and then eventually switch it out and make it a whole nursery. But no, we're not switching it out, and no, that's not the reason why they're sharing a room. We would have had them share a room even if I wasn't pregnant right now.
And if you guys recall, when we were even back in the townhome, when we were renting, we started putting them in the same room, and this was like months
ago.
Months before.
I think it was like a few months before we even moved.
It was like months before we even moved. We were just trying to test the water to see if it would work.
When will you know the gender, and will you announce it right after? Like I said a few questions ago, I can find out the gender like now. I can find out the gender in like 5 weeks. We just haven't really decided yet, and I don't know if we'll be announcing it right away. Like I said, we haven't decided on anything, like how we want to go about this.
We just found out that we will probably find out the gender, like maybe a couple days ago.
I just made up my mind like when we were in North Carolina.
Yeah, so a couple days ago.
Not even a week ago. I was like, I think I'm gonna find out.
Yeah, so now we're trying to balance on if we're gonna tell like she mentioned, all those different options. Now we have to
figure out which one we're gonna do. How many kids do you want? Like,
that's a good question. Dang, it's so weird because we always get this question, but now you're actually pregnant. Like, we have our 3rd baby on the way.
I know. And at first when we had 1 kid, we said like 7. When we had 2, we said 4. Now that I'm pregnant with my 3rd, we said that if this baby's a girl, it'll probably be our last one. Don't quote us on that.
No, I don't know about that.
I feel like we will end up having a 4th baby.
I think we will.
Whether that's a year after this one, whether it's 5 years, whether it's, I don't know. I don't
think I would do more than
5 years.
4 years.
Really?
Yeah.
I think we will end up having a 4th baby, but it might be a while in the future, or it might be 9 months after it.
Because this is what happens. Ready? This one's a girl. That's fine. Then next time Demar and Maria get pregnant, you get pregnant as well. We both have boys. Our boys can play football together. They can play soccer together. I think I would be a little petrified of having 4 girls. I'm not going to lie. That's valid. That's a little scary. 3 girls is like, okay, that's good. Like I'm like 4 weddings is terrifying to me. Yeah, 4 girls in general is just woof. Do you have any names picked out? Like I said, I have 1 name picked out for a girl. Wait, really? Can you tell me and then just like bleep it out? It's really? I want to use I don't know if I like that. No, we're going to use it. I don't know. For a middle name. Oh, for a middle name. Okay, that's different. I don't know. I've never heard that before. You've never told me that. Then I told you that so many times. Okay. Maybe, but like I didn't know that was like a yes, we're doing this. Yes, that's the name that I want to use if it's a girl. Either first name or middle name. I'll let that one, coach. But for boy names, no. Other than that, no. I think we have 0 names picked out. Does Ella understand what's happening? I would say no. I think she doesn't really talk about it. Like every now and then she'll be like, Mom, you have a baby in your belly? And I'll be like, yeah. Well, but once I feel like I'm showing, then she'll talk about it more. But right now I feel like it's not really on her mind too much. Plus, and we weren't like actively telling her and explaining her what was happening until like a few weeks ago because we were hiding it from people, so we didn't want Ella to run up to people and think, hey, she's pregnant. Or Mommy has a baby in her belly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I don't think she understands it yet. Yeah. How old are your girls going to be when the new baby comes? What's the age gap? So Avery and this baby will be 22 months. No, not 22 months. What am I saying? 26 months. Avery will turn 2 in December. December 10th. And then I'm due at the end of February. So it's almost 2 years and 3 months. It's almost. Like 2 years, 2.5 months. Yeah, 2 years, 2.5 months. And then Ella will be almost 4. She'll turn 4 in April. So it'll be like 2 months before she turns 4. That's so weird. Ella's almost gonna be 4? Wow, and that means I was gonna start remembering it.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I'll
remember
definitely
it.
remember it.
That's awesome.
Yeah. How far along were you when you found out? I was like 3 weeks and a few days when I found out. I found out very early. Will you be doing a gender reveal party? I don't know. I was talking to my mom about it. Either we'll do a gender reveal party here at our new house and like invite all of our friends and family to come see the new house for the first time and like do a gender reveal, or it just depends on how you and I want to find out, because if we want to be like surprised and find out together, like a gender reveal party, then we'll do that here. But there's a little bit of part of me that wants to find out like
Just me and you.
yeah, and then go around and like do a mini gender reveal with everyone else, like bring cannons to different people's houses, just like how we would tell them we were pregnant. Like go over to mom and dad's house, give them like a cannon or something, and then just like film them popping it.
You know what we could do? We could film ourselves prior to, and then have like a gender reveal, except film everybody else.
I know, but that's what we did with Avery.
We did find out prior. How? I don't know
We
that.
found out that Avery was a girl at the ultrasound. We bought pink cannons, and then we did the gender reveal for everyone else.
Oh, we did? Okay.
Yeah.
I forgot.
So we already done that one.
Never mind.
The last question I wanted to answer was, do you still plan on getting a dog around Christmas?
Oh,
so
God.
we've said that we were planning on getting a puppy for Christmas this
Last
Christmas in our new house. We said that last year. But no.
No.
We're not getting a puppy. And I think the reason why partly is because we are going to have a baby like 2 months after that. But another part is we have brand new furniture. We have brand new everything. This house is brand new. I do not want puppy poop and pee everywhere all over the house. I just really don't think we're ready for a puppy at where we're at right now. So anyways, that is going to be it for us answering questions. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, follow us on all the social medias down below, and we'll see you in our next video. Bye guys.
You set my world on fire. You're my